Coming at you live from Skeleton City, back again with another tier list video. Today we're breaking down tier 2 of the skeleton pyramid. So tier 2 is everything from tier 1 plus starches. So let's get into it. All right, welcome to tier 2, the slimming zone. Okay, so tier 1, the bone zone. That's the fastest zone. This is the slimming zone. Still can lose weight, but it's just not quite as fast as tier 1. This tier includes everything from tier 1. Fruit, juice, sugar, and vegetables, plus starches and grain-based foods that support steady, healthy weight loss. Tier 2 introduces foods like rice, potatoes, pasta, breads, cereals, and other grains, giving you more variety and satiety. These foods are still low in fat and easy to digest, but a little slower than the simple sugars in tier 1. A few key notes. Some whole grains and starchy foods naturally contain tiny amounts of fat and protein. That's okay. These are naturally occurring and completely allowed in tier 2. So, for instance, like oats, quinoa, these things, they're just going to have a little bit more fat and protein, and that's why they're not in tier 1. So just keep that in mind. What we avoid are added fats, oils, protein powders, dairy, nuts, seeds, or animal products. Always read labels. We're looking for 0 grams added fat and no oils or high protein ingredients. Tier 2 is perfect for mixing starches with your tier 1 staples to create satisfying meals, help with energy, and support long-term weight loss. Use this list to guide your grocery shopping, meal planning, and snack choices. For some people that can't handle tier 1 for extended periods of time, maybe throw a tier 2 dinner in, every once in a while, and it'll make you feel a little more satisfied and just easier for you to stay on the program. Pair this with your skeleton pyramid chart to stay on track and make steady progress. Stick to clean, oil-free starches, and you'll stay well on your way to Skeleton City. Okay, so let's get into the list. So again, this includes everything from tier 1. All foods must be low fat and low protein, no added oils. Okay, so we had the vegetables from tier 1. Now we're introducing starchy vegetables, okay? So this is like, your squashes, corn, peas, potatoes, those types of food, right? Just the more satiating and filling starches that sort of stick to you a little longer than something like green vegetables. Then we have our noodles and pasta. Brown rice pasta, all the Asian noodles, glass noodles, udon noodles, and then your standard white pasta, whole wheat pasta, etc. Then we have our grains. This is where all the rices are going to be at. Basmati rice, brown rice, white rice, whichever rice you prefer. We got millet, oatmeal belongs in here, polenta, quinoa, etc. Then we have our breads. Note, check for no added fats or oils. Bagels and all these things, they're going to have a little bit, like even on the label, it might say, half a gram of fat or 1 gram of fat per serving. But as long as there's no added oils, that's what we're looking to eliminate here. So we got our baguettes, ciabatta, sourdough, tortillas. Generally, the flour tortillas usually have added oil. If you can find some flour tortillas that don't have added oil, that's one thing. But from our experience, every time we see flour tortillas, they generally have added oils. So we stick to just corn tortillas. And then we got white bread and whole wheat bread at the end of the list. Then we have our cereals and snacks. So we went and found every cereal that's fat-free or very low fat. Cheerios, Corn Chex, Corn Flakes, cream of wheat, I love that. Grape nuts, Kix. And then we also have snacks in here. I've talked about those Snack Factory pretzel thins. Those are good. Sometimes if you can find Fig Newtons that are fat-free, they actually make a fat-free version. Those are a good snack. And then as far as something to eat with your cereal, rice milk is the lowest fat milk you can find. But if you can find oat milk that's low fat, or even if you wanted to mix water with your favorite milk, that would be so negligible, it's probably fine. If you dilute your favorite milk, it's gonna be still very, very low fat. You'll be fine. Or you could just use water. All right, tier 2 is a pretty short list. And if you guys didn't see my tier 1 list video, check that one out. I posted that yesterday. And again, you're eating all the tier 1 foods plus starches, okay? Hope this was helpful to you guys, and I'm going to break down the tier 3 list. We'll do that in a separate video tomorrow. So check out the skeleton pyramid and the list of all the foods. It's live now, skeletondiet.com. It's a free printable. You can print it out, put it on your fridge, and just have a good reference guide. If you ever want some inspiration for something that's a little different that you don't normally eat, it's a good guide for that. So yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, my friends, stay bony.